Covering news where you live. This is 5 News.
Well, thank you for logging on and tuning in to 5 News. I'm Joe Ellison. The mission to stop overdose deaths in Arkansas is getting a pretty big boost. State leaders announced nearly $700,000 worth of Narcan for law enforcement agencies across the state. Ian Russell explains.
What we're doing today is certainly a positive step in the right direction. It's still a sad thing that it has to take place at all.
To understand the seriousness of the state of opioids in Arkansas, State Drug Director Tom Fisher says there's no better indicator than the numbers in Little Rock.
27 overdose death investigations that are actively being worked versus 35 homicide investigations. And at the rate that we're going, overdose deaths are likely to overcome homicides and violent crime in the city of Little Rock by the end of the year.
Now there's an effort to change that, starting with law enforcement.
Just under $700,000 investment from the state to help save lives.
Over 15,000 Narcan kits distributed to agencies around the state.
The most valuable harm reduction product on the market right now.
It's not just state officials that are pushing for more access. Here at the Wolf Street Foundation, they also want more Narcan available, just in case.
I think access is everything.
Justin Buck is the executive director of the Wolf Street Foundation, providing addiction recovery services. Narcan is a big part of what they do. They've even got kits in their lobby.
We're seeing overdose in every corner of our community, so we need to have Narcan in every corner of our community.
It's a small addition to law enforcement, but one Buck says will have a major impact on those who need it.
All of our community members need to be pulling in the same direction. We all need to put down stigma and put down bias and think about the people in our lives who have been affected by this problem.
Ian Russell, 5 News.
And a new Arkansas law that went into effect on August 1st requires naloxone to be accessible at all state-funded public schools and universities. Under the law, it will need to be in place by January. All right, before we get to more news, let's get a check of the weather with meteorologist Zach Scott. And Zach, on this Friday, we're hoping to head into the weekend looking pretty good with that sunshine.
We got lots of sunshine. Unfortunately, we got lots of heat to go with it, too. We're looking at highs today, not far off from where we were Thursday. We were low 90s. We had a lot more upper 80s mixed in than what I think we're going to see today. We still see a few upper 80s mixed in, but a lot more of those lower 90s across northwest Arkansas. A lot of low to mid 90s across west central Arkansas. The further west you go towards the state line and then into Oklahoma, a little hotter it's going to get. Mid to upper 90s expected. Factoring in the humidity for today, 90s up to around 100 degrees. For northwest Arkansas, feels like temperatures. River Valley around 100 up to 104 so is where we'll be. Now we'll bump that up a little bit more. Highs jump into the 90s to triple digits Saturday and Sunday. Best chance for triple digits in northwest Arkansas, likely Sunday, mixed with the River Valley, which will have a good shot for triple digits both days. And feels like temperatures this weekend 105 to 110. So we'll likely have heated alerts out Saturday, and then those could last for the better part of next week. Record territory, we're going to be near 100 degrees is the record on Fayetteville. We're going to be Sunday, we're going to be near 102. The record in Fort Smith, 106. Joe, we're forecasting a high around 103.
My goodness. All right. Thanks so much, Zach. Well, Tyson Foods is looking to sell its poultry business in China as the company cuts costs and revamps operations. According to a report by Reuters, this is all in an effort to return to profitability. The report says that Tyson has hired Goldman Sachs to advise on this sale. Preliminary information has been sent to potential buyers, which was said to include a number of private equity firms. At this time, Tyson has not responded to our partners at Arkansas Business, but it comes just weeks after the poultry company closed more chicken processing plants, including locations in southwest Missouri and central Arkansas. And upcoming road closure could cause some headaches in the River Valley. And just a few days, a portion of Zero Street in Fort Smith will be closed to traffic starting at 6 o'clock this Sunday evening for about 24 hours. It's being closed off at the railroad crossing just east of the intersection of Highway 71 to allow for some repairs. Detours will be in place and drivers are urged to use caution while in that area.
Very glad that all the safety protocols and the great working relationship that our officers have with the school staff worked out well. They were able to keep that school safe.
Police in Fort Smith say a gun they found in a student's backpack Wednesday was loaded. School district officers were called to Northside High School after reports of a student vaping. They searched the student's backpack and found the gun, then arrested that student on felony charges. Officers say they're still working to figure out if there were any threats made before the incident. The district says, per the student handbook, any student found in possession of a firearm will be recommended for expulsion for a period of no less than 1 year. And in Bryant, a 17-year-old is in custody there after police say he brought a loaded handgun to Bryant High School. This was yesterday. Bryant police tell us they searched a car after someone noticed it was parked in a faculty parking lot. That's where they found the weapon. No other information has been released as of yet. And the debate of tiny homes around Beaver Lake has been tabled for now. The Washington County Quorum Court was set to review an appeal last night before setting it aside for another time. This after the County Planning Commission rejected the conditional use permit for this idea back in the spring. During that meeting, questions were raised during public comment about the septic systems and potential runoff. A lawyer representing neighbors of the property cited an email from the Beaver Lake watershed that said the development's density was too high for lakeside use, with no buffer to stop raw sewage from reaching the lake should a septic system fail. Well, thank you for joining us here. I'm Joe Ellison. Make sure to catch up with us at 5newsonline.com. We'll follow the news there all weekend. Have a great weekend.